COVID-19, with the coronavirus impacting the world as we know it, 100%, just impacting the world as we know it, everything is delayed. Concerts are delayed until fall 2021. Concerts are delayed until fall 2021. And what does that mean? That means if concerts are delayed, then sports games are delayed and other large public gatherings are going to be delayed until fall 2021, so a full year and a half. And that also means that Comic-Con is going to be delayed. And this has been a big one. We know E3 has been postponed. We know a lot of other events have been postponed. WonderCon didn't happen this last weekend in Anaheim. We know all these things. VidCon's been postponed, all that jazz. But, you know, Comic-Con is like this last kind of holdout, right? It's the last holdout. People, you know, they're like, no, this is San Diego specifically because, like, we're talking about $200 million gets pumped into that city in a week. The San Diego Chargers, before they ran to Los Angeles, they would provide the city with that kind of income in the span of an entire season. Comic-Con brings it in a week. It's insane how much money just gets pumped into San Diego. And I know I lived there for so long. So when that, you know, now that that's on that's something that San Diego doesn't want to lose. And I don't blame them 100%, but it does appear that Comic-Con is going to be cut, I would say sometime much rather sooner than later, because this article popped up today. San Diego Comic-Con may become an online convention. And that is fascinating, saying that the organizers are considering an online component instead of full cancellation. Now, we've been talking about this for years. Okay, here's what you got to know about me. This year, if I were to go to Comic-Con, which is looking less and less likely, this would be my 20th year, my 20th time. My first time going to Comic-Con, I was 18 years old. I had just moved to San Diego about probably 9 months earlier, and I went to Comic-Con for the first time, and I had a blast. And I've been going every year, with the exception of one. I've missed 1 year. Right. And I've been going almost every year. So I love it. I know it. I'm a fucking veteran. Okay. This is my jam. These are my people. This is my game. This is what I do. Everyone who knows me personally knows I'm the guy for Comic-Con. So there's that. Let me hype myself up. So it not being there it does. It impacts me personally. It does. It impacts me personally. And so as a result of this information, that they might go online, it does two things. One, it kind of gives me a bit of a sigh of relief because, like, cool, we get to still experience something. And two, this is what they should have been doing the entire time. Really, honestly, because there's so many panels that do not ever get seen by a wide audience because the people who are recording them cannot record them to save their damn life. And I know this because I am one of the I've recorded panels terribly before in the past, but let's find out more. So where the hell is this? Come on. All right. So San Diego Comic-Con hasn't officially canceled, but it looks like things are moving that direction. SDCC spokesperson David Glanzer told the San Diego Union Trib that the convention organizers are considering an online component if they have to cancel this year, saying, "We do not want to disappoint the people who have saved, planned, and are looking forward to the show this summer, but the primary concern, what is chief among all our concerns, is the health and safety of not only our attendees, but the public as well." And like I said, $200 million, 150,000 people. 150,000 people. I always have fear every year of Comic-Con of like some kind of happening, right? Some kind of event happening. Always have those fears. And I'm always worried something's going to go down. It's just, I'm paranoid. What can I say? I'm not even high, but I just get paranoid. And so when I go and so this is a big deal because this is something that's invisible. This is something that is, you can't see it. It has a 2-week incubation period. Comic-Con would be a damn hotbed for this. Imagine a bunch of unwashed people, because there are. Do you know who you are, cosplayers? I'm not even making that up. It's true. But anyway, this is what going on here. It says the Union Tribune highlights the complicated nature of calling off such a big event, including the cancellation of 220,000 hotel room nights. Earlier this month, 50 hotels were contacted about the necessity of refunding customers if SDCC does get canceled. And that's a big deal, man. That's, again, so much money. The head of San Diego Tourism Authority said that Comic-Con was evaluating any financial liability around cancellation, which sounds like the same problem many other conventions and festivals have faced this year, figuring out a way to cancel and get insurance payouts without going bankrupt. Look, San Diego tosses the convention center to SDCC. They give them whatever they want. They give them whatever discount they want because of all that money that gets pumped in to the city. So I'm not even too worried about that. And it does say here that at the bottom here, with these updates do suggest that SDCC is moving towards some kind of cancellation or postponement, potentially with some of the events streaming online. There's already a precedent for this with the other conventions, including WonderCon this weekend, and Worldcon later this year. Yeah, which is planning to have a full program of live streamed panels. Zoom, Twitch, and YouTube are the name of the game for conventions in 2020. And here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Comic-Con should have already been doing this. Not to dissuade people from going, all right? Not to dissuade people from going, but because people from around the world who cannot attend still want to see the panels. And these companies want the free advertising, and they could get like a couple 100,000 people watching the Marvel Hall H panel. That's not going to stop people from waiting out all night long in order to get wristbands to go in. That's not going to stop people from attending the show. If you're like me, you go to Comic-Con, not necessarily 100% out of just loving it, which is part of it, but also it's like, it's tradition. There are people I see at Comic-Con once a year, and that's it. I mean, we live in the same city, but that's like the only time I see them. So it becomes this like tradition. It becomes this event, this pilgrimage, if you will. And people are still going to attend. You talk to anyone out there who goes to conventions on the frequent, and they'll be like, oh man, I really want to go to San Diego. San Diego is it. San Diego is the Mecca, because it is. It's the biggest event of its kind in the damn world. And I'm telling you, as an expert of attending, I've gone so many goddamn years, that it is best. It really is best to go in person. But if they offered it online, if they offered it for streaming, you know what that means for me? Then I could go home and I could not have to force myself to pick and choose. I could pick the ones I really want and not feel like I'm missing out. Because that feel like I'm missing out does cause a lot of undue, unnecessary stress. And so me as a long-term attendee will then be able to go, cool, I'll be able to watch this later on. And I'll give you guys another brief example of this, and one of the reasons why I'm all for the digital side of it. If any of you happen to own a copy of the Blu-ray of Expendables that is now turning 10 years old in a few months, go and bust it out, go to the special features, and watch the Comic-Con panel hosted by Harry Knowles of Ain't It Cool News. Watch that. Stallone, Schwarzenegger, the rest of the cast, they talk about the movie for a while. It's an excellent, excellent panel because it's fun. It's a fun panel full of people who really, really, really enjoyed being together. I was there when they filmed it. I didn't know that it was on the DVD or on the Blu-ray till later on. So it's great to check out, you know? And again, it's like another thing is too, if you can go on YouTube and look up the Walking Dead panels from Comic-Con and to see how fun those things are, because that group of people truly love each other and you get to see it firsthand. You get to see that camaraderie, and that comes out through a lot of these. That comes out through a lot of these panels. And so being able to be a fan of something and see that in an official capacity and not through some like, you know, potato cam that somebody's recording from would be fantastic. And I think it's a great way for Comic-Con to do that. I think it's a great way for Comic-Con to get it all sorted out. And I think going online is going to be the best course of action. I do. I 100% agree.